Well, it's been a long process of a lot of trial and error, and to sort of unravel the dogma and the stuff that really wasn't needed anymore. So we threw out a lot of stuff. You know, that we didn't deal with Egyptian gods. We didn't deal with any of that stuff. We went with the core energies, of which there's actually two, the earth and the cosmic, and we started to find out what we could do with it. First, we found out, can we pass this on to somebody else, like the Reiki stuff, you know, where there's an attunement process. And so we were given some information on how to do that, and we tested it out, and found out, yes, we can do this.
Now, can you pass that on or attune other people all at once, or is it necessary to do this in stages?
We do have different levels of the attunement process and of the training. We have attuned people with sort of a double dose and found that it was quite intense. I believe you went through that experience yourself.
I remember, yes, I remember that. It was very intense.
Yes. So we do it gently now and one step at a time, because it can be a very intense energy and take a little bit of adjusting inside the body. We developed 2 levels at the moment, and we're working on a third. And the first one is about working on yourself, because we feel that if you're going to work on other people, you really need to have some work behind you for yourself. To know yourself is the highest level of service that you can give anyone, because when you know yourself, you know your true nature, and from that aspect, can you help the most people do the most good.
That's a very interesting way of expressing it. Normally, I think people would think about having to help other people first, but this concept of knowing yourself as the highest form of service that you can give other people is a very interesting way of looking at that. I personally find that a very gratifying way of doing it. Mm-hmm. You are a musician as well, and your music seems to be very powerful. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your experience is with that and what you're doing with sound?
Well, the Re Hu Tek is amplified and modulated by the voice, by hand movements, by the mind. So all these can be used to work with the Re Hu Tek energies. The voice is a very powerful instrument and can project energy very well anyway. But the Re Hu Tek adds another dimension, a very powerful dimension. And what you sense in the music and in the voice is that energy we call Re Hu Tek that is infused through the voice and goes out and also will hold intention and amplify whatever it is that you're doing. We even notice that when you're using a PA system, that even amplifies it even more. So there's something happening, an interaction between the voice and even instruments and the Re Hu Tek that is very powerful.
You've produced 2 CDs that I've heard that are very powerful, and I know you're getting feedback from a lot of people about the impact that these are having on people. What are those CDs?
One is based upon the Om, which is the ancient sound of the Hindus in India.
Oh.
There's in different cultures that primordial first sound of creation is actually different sounds, but the Om is one of those sounds, and it's very powerful to chant, and if you chant it correctly, it's even more powerful. And then if you add Re Hu Tek on top of that, you've got a very powerful sound. And we've had a lot of compliments and feedback on the CD being very powerful.
And I know it's selling very well for you too.
Mm-hmm.
The more people hear about it around the world,
Right.
people are wanting the CD. And the other one is?
It's called Chakras Gone Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And
I go crazy if I listen to this?
Well, I named it that because of its sort of shamanistic type feel. I'm doing sounds that are associated with the chakras, vowel sounds, seed, bija sounds or seed sounds. Speaking in tongues is on there, and so it has a very shamanistic type feel and sound to it. It's all my voice. There's also harmonic toning, which is another method of sound work that I do. It's a very powerful CD for balancing the chakras and to take you out of your normal everyday mind, to sort of take you into other realms.